So firstly, I'll be going through with you how to do a travel booking by booking your flights directly from Concur. You can also book your accommodation and rent vehicles directly using Concur. But do take note that you can only do this in the desktop version of Concur and not the mobile application. So as you can see here in this page, there's a travel search box over here. There's a round trip. Just need to enter your destination. Your departing and return dates. The time. The ±5 over here means that the system will display flights that are within ±5 hours of the timing you provided over here. So if you need to rent a vehicle or find a hotel, you can check the box over here as well. So for hotels, you can search for a hotel within a certain landmark. So for this demo, I'll just use the default parameters over here. So you just need to click search. So firstly, you need to click over here to declare your travel declaration. So you just need to enter here, confirm submit, and go back to the Concur website and click continue. So now Concur will search for the flights within the search parameters that you provided. Now you need to wait for the loading bar to fully load. Okay, so once it has been loaded, give me a moment. Okay, once you have loaded, right, you'll see a few flights with least cost logical. This means that this is deemed by the system to be the most direct and economical flight that is available to you. If you do not want to select this flight, you can choose other flights as well. However, there's a additional step whereby you need the department's exception approval to approve as well. So for example, I'll click over here. Okay, so here you need to select why you did not choose the least cost logical flight and write the reason over here. So when your approval sees the travel request, you will also be able to see the least cost logical flight details that you have not chosen as well. So for this demo, I'll just choose the least cost logical flight. So in this page, you need to select your passport, view the details to check if it's correct, the correct passport. Add any frequent flyer programs or select here if you enter it in your system preferences. Select seats if needed. And the method of payment is defaulted to your department's CTA account. Normally there will be a car rental selection over here, but there's no available car rental for the dates that I've selected. If there is, you can just select the car and just click next. But for now, I'll just skip this step. Okay, so for hotel reservation, as you can see here, there's a Google map to show you the location of the hotels. For this demo, I'll just select the first one. So this is the hotel reservation page. This is the price summary. Here you need to select your credit card. Then proceed to reserve the accommodation. Okay, this will be your travel itinerary summary. So you just need to check that all details are correct. These are your flight details, the accommodation details, and the price summary for your travel booking. Need to click next. Over here, you can amend the trip name to something appropriate. This will be ported over to your travel request later. So I'll just click next. After checking through, you click confirm booking. This will bring you directly to your travel request page. Okay, so this will be the travel request page. I'll be going through with you each field that you need to fill in. So as you can see here, the request name is brought over from the travel booking page just now. For booking types, there are mainly 4 booking types. Online booking, which is what I did just now, which is booking directly using Concur for single city travels. For multi-destination travels, you can use booking via TMC, which is the travel management company price breaker, Pacific Arena. This is mainly used for multi-city bookings as it's more complex. You will not be able to book the multi-city bookings through Concur directly. However, the Pacific Arena will contact you offline regarding quotations that they can provide for your travel bookings. For offline booking, not via travel management company, this means that you could have found a third-party quotation that is cheaper than what Pacific Arena can provide you. So you need to attach a quotation from the third party and a quotation comparison from Pacific Arena. And for backdated travel requests, this means that you have already made a travel, but previously you have not raised a travel request for the travel. So for now, I'll just click on online booking. The start and end date is brought over from the travel booking. So you need to indicate the purpose of the trip. For travel type, previously in track, you need to apply for a CAT leave or admin leave separately when you're going for a CAT or admin trips. In Concur, you do not need to separately apply for admin or a CAT leave. You just need to declare it in the system. So for this demo, I'll just select a CAT purposes. So funding types. For the first one, grant funded. This means that you are funding the trip using a RWBS, which is the research grants. The approval will be the PIs. If the PI is the claimant or the traveler, the approval will be the PI's reporting manager. For NUS, fully partially funded, this means that you're using any other grants in NUS except the research grants. The approval will be the reporting manager for the trip request. And for self-funded, this means that you're not using any NUS WBS to pay for the trip. The trip will be auto-approved. So for now, I just click NUS fully partially funded. So the CAT trip quota in a calendar year remains at 90 days. And for vacation leave, if you intend to take any vacation leave before or after your trip, you can do so, but you need to declare the number of days over here. Separately, you will also need to go log into Shares and apply for your vacation leave separately. So any number of days indicated here is only a declaration. You still need to separately apply for your leave in Shares. So in the expense report stage, when you are coming back from your trip and want to claim your expenses, the system will match the number of days you declare here with the number of days you have applied in Shares to make sure it's the same number of days. If it's different, there will be an error and you will not be able to submit your expense report. So you just need to indicate the department, the course object type, which is a non-RWBS or RWBS, and the WBS that you're using. So I'll click to the next one, which is segments. For segments, this is the information that was ported over from the travel bookings as you have made it through Concur. Expenses. So for the expense tab, whatever information in the travel booking will be ported over to this tab. So the airfare and hotel expenses. If you have any other expenses, such as a staff conference and registration, you can add them as well. And just need to click save. It will be added over here. Do take note that all these are just expected expenses for your trip. There will be no fund committed during this stage. If your actual expenses exceed the expenses that's indicated over here, you can still make the claim as long as the approval approves of your expense report. So in case that you're not using Concur to book your accommodation, you can also book your accommodation offline and indicate how much your accommodation manually over here as well. So as you can see over here, this is the deadline that the approver has before this travel booking will be returned to you once you submit the request. So if all the information is correct, you just need to click submit request. This is the approver. And the travel request will be submitted. Now I'll be going through with you how to do a multi-city booking. So as per before, you need to click on multi-city over here. Okay, so your first destination. your departure date. I will indicate that I require a hotel for one of the destination. Then the second destination. The departure date. And then the arrival. Then you need to click search. Input your travel declaration and click continue. So as you can see, you'll be brought to the travel request page instead of the Concur booking interface. This is because the Concur booking interface cannot do multi-city bookings. So for this demo, I'll indicate here. So in this case, it will be an offline booking via travel management company. The dates will be imported from the travel search box as now. The purpose of the trip, travel type, funding type, if you have any vacation leave, your department, and the WBS. So if you click over here, segments, for multi-city bookings, if you are booking for accommodation through the travel management company, as you can see here, there's no details. The travel management company will contact you offline. This is the same for airline bookings as well. So you can see over here, there's no expected expenses, as the travel management company has not contacted you yet. So you can add on any expected expenses as well before you proceed to the next stage. Once you click submit request, as you can see here, there's a pending agency update, which is a additional step before the approver can approve your travel request. What this means is the Pacific Arena will contact you separately offline with 3 quotations. Once you have chosen your preferred itinerary, you can let them know. They will update the system and route this travel request to the approver. So you just need to click submit. So once you have clicked submit, the travel agency has updated you with the 3 quotations. What you need to do on your end is to attach all 3 quotations to this travel request for your approval to see the 3 comparisons. So now I'll move on to the next booking type, which is offline booking, not via travel management company. So as per what I said just now, this could be that you have found a third-party quotation that is cheaper than what Price Breaker can provide. So what you need to do here is to indicate the request name, the date of travel, the purpose, why you need to indicate here why you are not choosing a Pacific Arena, the travel type, funding type, if you have any vacation leave, department, and the WBS. So if you notice over here, when I click segments, it will be blank because I'm not booking anything through Pacific Arena. So what you need to do is move on to the next step, expenses. Okay, so what you need to do is click on new expense, airfare, to indicate the airfare amount. Then attachments, attach the third-party quotation and the price break and the Pacific Arena comparison. So 2 quotations in total. So once it's done, you just need to click submit request. This will be the approval. Click submit. And it'll be done. So for the last booking type, which is a backdated travel request, this means that you have made the travel already but did not previously raise a travel request for the trip. What you need to do is to do a booking type. Number 4, backdated travel request, the request name, the request dates, purpose of the trip, why you did not submit a travel request previously, the travel type, funding type, and the WBS. Once you click to the expenses, you need to include the expenses you have incurred, like airfare, and a combination. So once you have indicated all the expenses, you click submit. So as you can see, under approval flow, there's your approval. And because this is a backdated travel request, your department's exception approval also need to approve the trip. So you just need to click submit. Okay, so for the next example, I'll show you how to recall a travel request in case you need to recall it and make amendments. So you just need to click on a manage request, the trip. As you can see here, if your approval have not approved, you can recall the travel request to make amendments. So you can amend the travel request over here. But if your approval has already approved the travel request, what you need to do is to cancel the previously raised travel request. Then you need to raise a new one. So for guest bookings, for example, overseas conference speakers, what you need to do is to contact Pacific Arena separately offline before making a expense report, a non-travel expense report to assign the WBS for the airfare. So I have come to the end of this demo. Hope that you have a better understanding on travel bookings and travel requests. Thank you.
Thanks, Ryan. Any live questions that we can take at the moment? We are still crawling through the Zoom group chat. Thank you for all the questions. We will get to all of them eventually. But can we maybe spend the next 3 to 5 minutes to just address some of the live questions that you guys might have? Just to add on, we are mindful that not many will be submitting travel requests or submit travel-related claims in view of COVID-19 and in view of all the travel restrictions that are going on. So don't worry, there are plans to revisit this particular training session and rather reignite our engagement effort for the travel part once the travel restrictions have been lifted. So this is just for your information. We do not expect a high volume of travel that will come through in the upcoming months.